Welcome to High Oracle's Reiki Spiritual Healing Channel. And so I have been getting some feedback from some of the followers asking me questions about what to do if somebody took your hair. One of the followers said that their brother took their hair when they were little kids. And we also understand that I think she was saying that, he in turn, was cutting his own daughter's hair. So what you have here, what's going on with this situation, the reason this young person is taking your hair is because he's being controlled by someone who is in your family that is a witch or a warlock, because they are going to use this hair. They're going to use the person that took your hair, and they're going to use this hair in order to stifle you in life. As long as that person is well and thriving in life that took your hair, they are a warlock. They are using, this person will grow up to be a warlock to take the position of the person that is controlling them. So they are using this person as an evil warlock. If it is a male, if it is a female, they're using this person as a witch that is going to grow up and take control. They've identified the person that they want to be above you. They have identified the person who is going to be the head of this coven, that everyone is supposed to be following this person if anything should happen to the head warlock or the head witch that is in the family dynamic, okay, that is controlling this person. So what you want to do is, and first let me give you a little, before I tell you what to do about it, let's first understand that the old people, the ancients, our mothers and fathers, our grandmothers and grandfathers used to say, do not let the birds get your hair. Do not let anyone get your hair. It's going to give you a headache. It's going to drive you crazy. So this is the intentions for that person to be above you and to use tactics in order to drive you crazy, in order to, make you physically unsound and unstable. Okay, for you to be on medicine, for that person to siphon your mental energy. They're sending psychic attacks against you when they're taking your hair. Okay, so now that we understand that you do not let anyone get your hair when anyone's coming over to your home, you want to put up your brush, you want to put up your comb, because there are warlocks and witches that will go to your bathroom and, raffle through your things and take hair. They will take, certain things, your comb. And there are certain spells that can be done to your hair through your comb, through your brush. Okay, so then you want to also understand, for a lot of the elders, they would tell you that, you do not discard your hair, in public. You do not discard your hair, just throwing your hair outside in the trash, because again, animals can get it, and, it can be negative energy applied to your hair. And, let's make sure that we use a rat as an example, that use your hair as their bed, as their nest. Okay, something filth, a vermin. Okay, so that animal is going to, have you moving. It's going to have you in lack. Okay, that can be a person that has shape shifted in order to get that personal energy and take it somewhere and hide it, so that, they can carry out malevolent energy towards you. And so this is what I wanted you to understand. Okay, so when you're dealing with those types of people who are taking your hair, who has cut your hair, who is, warlocks, and they're, sending psychic attacks, they're trying to put you under them, or they're trying to siphon the energy of the females, the mental capacity of the females that they're taking this hair from. When they're sending these types of psychic attacks, you need to take a series of holy baths. You need to go ahead and start having a connection. You need to pray 5 times a day. You need to go ahead, while you're praying these 5 times a day, you need to fast. You need to fast 2 times a week, Monday and Thursday. You can get in touch with me to understand how to do that. And you need a healing ritual. You need a healing ritual for those people who are enemies to you in your vicinity, around you, in your family. They are warlocks. They are witches. Okay? So you're going to use a healing ritual. Again, I have already given you some of the things that you want to, you can use, for some of you who want to use a specific ritual in this way. And I'm giving you a ritual that you can carry out. And if your situation has gone into the unnatural, you need to get in touch with me ASAP. Okay? So you want to use rue, and you want to use the 4 thieves vinegar in order to remove this type of negative energy, in your life. They're trying to send psychic attacks over your life, your finances. And again, when people are trying to siphon any part of your health, your mental health, your physical health, then they're trying to attack your finances as well. So we want to, 707, as I'm saying that, you want to make sure that you are cleansing these persons out of your life, and you return to sender whatever they have sent out. And usually when they are, when they have to take that higher spirit that they've tried to use your hair to send to your mental capacity, then usually they're going to have something that go wrong with their mental capacity, their health, like Bell's palsy. They're going to have problems, with heart problems. Because that higher spirit, that article that they have taken, that lock of hair that they have taken for you, that negative entity that they've used to pray over it, to send the evil eye to you, to your mind, to your mental capacity, to your health, it has to go back to the person that hired it. It cannot stay with you. Once you do these types of rituals, and I'm putting people on game. When people are taking your hair, your personal items. I've had this week, people have taken, a mother has taken the personal items and made some kind of doll out of the person's hair, because they did not want this person to rise in life. And we have had to destroy that. We've had to destroy that doll that this mother made of her own child with the hair. I've had, the father, reach out to me and say that his father had taken hair from his genitalia and used it in a malevolent way. So we have to break those types of, attacks up on you. We have to make sure that at any kind of hair that someone is taking, if it is the hair of your legs, if it is the hair of your arms, if it is on your genitalia, your back, if it is your eyebrows, if whatever kind of hair, if it's under your arms, whatever kind of hair that they have taken, then they are trying to send negative energy through the likeness of your image, through the likeness, through your head, through, the person that told me that that they had taken the hair out from under his arm. That is hair that he had balls coming up under that arm, under both of his arms, rising. And they have been reaching out to me because I have been talking about these types of ailments, these illnesses, over the last couple of months or so, over the last couple of weeks. And we are going to have a conversation when we are addressing the underlying issue that you're dealing with spiritual narcissists, you're dealing with warlocks and witches. That is going to take a spiritual method, a spiritual ritual, because your situation has gone from the unnatural. This person is trying to control you. This person is trying to send sickness, and health problems to you, financial problems to you. And they have to be broken. And you have to get out of that mindset that this is my family. No, they wouldn't do that. That this is my mother. They wouldn't do that. They absolutely would be doing that. If you're explaining it to me and, you're telling me what has happened, and I'm telling you that you're dealing with a warlock or a witch. I'm telling you, you're dealing with your family that is the spiritual practitioner of your family. And you're going to have to cleanse this person out of your life, or they're going to control you and your gift, your health, your money, and you're going to go from hand to mouth with that person. They're going to have to feed you. You're going to be up under them. They're going to be able to place their feet on your head. They're going to control you. Okay, so this is how we want to understand that we have to break those types of spiritual warfare, those types of attacks, those types of hired spirits that they have sent, and use your hair in order to do so. And I hope that you received this message. Please like, share, and subscribe to me. Book your consultations so that I can acclimate a gift to you, a healing method, a healing ritual to your situation. Please donate to my channel. I'm High Oracle, Reiki Spiritual Healer. Assalamu alaikum.